Hi everyone, I'm Sarah, Childhood Finds. Thank you as always for joining me for my weekly What Sold video. This week it's going to be telling you how much profit I made off of all of my sales, and that includes shipping fees, packing supplies, taxes, all of that. I will be taking all of that out and giving you a total number of my take-home pay. And this week has still been pretty decent for sales. I can definitely feel that Christmas is tapering down. I will say I I'm having a very difficult week already. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to get this video out. I will just be honest and say the pep in my step might be a little lacking for a while. I my dog that has been battling cancer has taken his turn for the worse, and it has spread everywhere. And we are doing some last things for him, but likely we will be saying goodbye soon, and it is tearing my heart apart because I already lost a person that I love more than anything in the world to cancer this year. I wasn't ready to lose my boy to it also, but all we can keep doing is pushing forward. So I am sorry for the way too much information, but to those of you that have watched my channel, you know what has been going on in my life. So I thought I would update you if you notice that I'm not quite myself for a bit as I navigate this. So I just wanted to give you some starting numbers to go off of. So roughly my gross sales were around $2,500, and that was for 76 sales over 4 platforms, guys. I had my first sale on Depop, and I actually had one more sale since then. So I've had 2 sales on Depop. I'm excited to have a little bit extra on a platform. I will be putting out the numbers for my cross-listing video. I will be putting that out here in the next week or two. And also, let's see, so 68 sales were on eBay, 6 on Poshmark, 1 on Mercari, 1 on Depop. I'm curious to see what Mercari does in the new year. But this week I also listed 86 items for a total of $2,000 or $2,006. A little bit, I really wanted to hit 100 for this Christmas, but I worked that gun show over the weekend, and my brain, I only could just do a little bit of work in the evenings, just an hour or two. So I just didn't have as much time to list as I wanted. But it's always, always good when I'm working, another little job to bring in a little extra side income. So that wasn't a big deal. I don't know how my listing will be for the next week or two, especially with Christmas coming up. I have some obligations. So I don't know what I will be listing or how sales will be, but I'll keep you guys updated. So let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be a part 1. And just a reminder how I do it, I will show you the item, and then I will tell you how much I made profit off the item. And when I tell you the profit, that is after shipping has been taken out, after my fees have been taken out from the platform, and my cost of goods. At the end of part 2, I will do a bulk removal of shipping cost for my shipping supplies. So not shipping costs, but I will take out a bulk amount for my shipping supplies because I just do an average across all listings. And then I will also put aside money for taxes, and then I will tell you the full pay at the end of part 2. And I always try to post part 2 a day after part 1. So let's get started, guys. This is Reed & Barton Kendrick Gold beaded stainless flatware 9.5-inch dinner knives. This set has probably been listed a year and a half or more, but it did eventually sell for $19.76 on an offer, and my profit was $15.53. This video, as many others, has quite a few. I took a lot of offers just to get things moving. There's some items here that definitely I'm not buying again and haven't bought since I got it. So it's a learning experience as always. This is a peacock brass eyeliner flask bird figurine makeup beauty vintage animal bird. That is just a bunch of gobbledygook of keywords, but it's very cool. This top did unscrew. It was a very neat piece. It sold for a best offer of $24. I paid $1 for this at a garage sale over the summer and made it $20.49. This is Bobbi Brown Intensive Skin Serum Foundation. Definitely not my best little bulk buy I've done, where I bought probably almost 100 of these for roughly $1 each. They're just going to take a very long time to sell, but at least I am almost in the profit, I think. But I will be having them probably for many, many, many more months to come. This one sold on a best offer of $15.80, and my profit was $6.75. So again, not the best, but they're really easy. So that's the seller for me. This is an American designer style oversized silver metallic bomber woman jacket, and this sold for a offer of $34.56. A lot of these offers have funny numbers too, because on top of my sale I'm running, I'm also sending out some 10% offers as an additional discount, and this one did sell for the $34.56, and I made $28.61. I got this for free. This little monkey puppet has been listed for a fair amount of time, and it's a vintage Hosung orangutan monkey. Oh, I didn't put ape. Orangutan is an ape, so even I just messed it up a second ago when I called it a monkey, but I didn't put ape in there. I should have. It's a hand puppet plush with Squeaker from 1994, and it has that kind of flocked face. A lot of these Hosung ones do. This took a year or two to sell, but it eventually sold for $17.56, and I made $12.52. This is a Douglas Cuddle Toy Black Scotty 10-inch Terrier dog plush stuffed animal red bow. This is another item that's probably been listed a year. Again, plush, guys, is a long tail item. So when you see my sales, a lot of items take a fair amount of time to sell. Long tail is typically 6 months or more in my eyes, and that's a lot of what I sell, especially with the flatware, books, plush. It's what I can find and what I know. But this Scotty dog sold for $13.16 that you see, and I made $8.86 and already got positive feedback from the buyer, and it was very sweet feedback. This is Michelangelo Oneida stainless serrated steak knife set of 4, and I got 2 sets of the steak knives and some other pieces in this, and it's a good set. It's one of the older sets, and it sold for a best offer of $22.50, and I made $18.39. My brain says I might have featured this in my stainless flatware videos, and I'm not completely positive, but just for giggles, I will put down my 2 flatware videos in the comments of what to look out for in that category. Just if you need a refresher, if you've already watched it or if you haven't and want to learn more. And this pattern I picked up at a thrift store. It's funny at this thrift store. So they say on the sign 50 cents per piece. And the 3 times I've bought a fistful of flatware there and put it on the table, they always just are like $5 or $6 because they don't want to count it. And so it works out for me, because it definitely 50 cents is a little high for me on paying, but I would have paid 50 cents a piece for these. Absolutely. I knew I would have, and I was ready to pay that at the thrift store. But it's nice that they give me a deal there on it. This is Kirk Steiff Williamsburg Royal Shell Stainless Dinner Fork Lot of 2. This came from my very valuable set. This sold for a best offer of $50, and I made $40.89 on 2 forks. That will forever blow my mind, no matter how many pieces of silverware I sell. This is Reed & Barton Gatehouse Stainless Teaspoons Lot of 2. And this lot of teaspoons sold, and this lot that's not loading, and this lot. So 3 lots sold to the same buyer, and that was a total of $105.48. My profit for 6 teaspoons was $86.39. I hope I can continue to find this good flatware next year. I mean, I've been so lucky. It has changed my life this year. This is Pendleton Heritage Limited Edition Shirt, Plaid Wool Button, men's size XL. This sold for the $29.95. I paid $5 at an estate sale, and this profited me about $19.75. Pendleton is definitely one of those that you see it and you think it's going to be really valuable, but you need to, if it's wool, you need to check for holes. Very common to find holes. The wool ones tend to do well, but the very basic Pendleton, not nearly as valuable as you think it's going to be, especially if it's a basic pattern. So just keep that in mind, because I've fallen into the Pendleton trap where I'm like, that name means money, and just not always. This is a Nesco 1991 Praying Girl miniature oval pewter tone frame. This I took a best offer of 7. It's fine. I didn't make very much money, but it's fine. And I made $4.85 on it. It was easy. It is what it is. $5 is $5, right? This is 1954, the Illuminated Bible, authorized King James Version, and it was indexed. It was very nice condition, and it sold for a best offer of $23.72 that I sent out, and I paid about $1 at an estate sale. I got it with that Kirkstyle Flatware, and made $17.14. This is the item that a nasty reseller at a estate sale got pissed at me for. I talked about it in a haul video. If you didn't watch it, just a reseller that tried to take this and then tried to run off with it and acted like I did wrong when I didn't. And I said a few choice things to him that I won't repeat. I didn't cuss. I was proud of myself for that. But I definitely got a little snotty. Not my proudest moment, but every once in a while you just got to put your foot down. I try to be as kind as I can 99% of the time, but this guy, I call him a weasel because he's a weasel, and he's the reason people don't like resellers, because of those single weasels in different areas. So we have to all try to do better and not be them, so we can give a better name to what we do. But this did sell for $39.95, and I made $30.69 on this piece. It was a very nice piece and did work. This is a Sony VRD-MC6. That's how you'll look it up the easiest. It's a multi-function DVD recorder, burner, handycam tape, video transfer. It sold for a best offer of $40. We picked this up. My partner found this at a yard sale for $5 at the very end of the day, and still made $28.74 once I got it listed finally. This is some Oneida flatware. This lot of dinner forks and this lot of salad forks sold to the same buyer for a total of $25, and I made $18.51. This I got at a thrift store. It's a reversible Sherpy zip-up Sherpa hoodie, black oversized fit. This sold for $20, and I got this at a thrift store it is sad, it's actually closing. New owners had taken over midway through the year, and the new owners, they actually tried to give some decently affordable prices. They were eBay sellers themselves, and unfortunately they're having to close shop, so that's sad to lose another thrift store. And it's sad to see someone else struggling, so hopefully they have better things ahead for them. But I did make $15.24 on this sale, and it sold quickly. This is the Bernard Rust Dog Plush 6-inch red Christmas holiday stocking stuffed animal. I am almost positive this came out of my bulk plush buy that I did it earlier this year for about $1.10 into each piece, and this sold for $13.43, and I made $9.61. This is Disney Park Babies Monsters Inc. Sully 12-inch stuffed toy plush with the Lovey. Some of these can be more valuable than others. This Sully one just wasn't that valuable. It sold for the sale price of $8.76. I still made $6.11, and I'm really not unhappy with this because, again, guys, this took a few pictures, and then I stored it and put it in a poly mailer. So it's fine. I don't mind making that kind of profit on those easy items. This is the Buyer's Choice Carolers 1996 Lady Woman with Basket, Cat, Dog, Gifts. This sold for a best offer of $27. I paid up for this. I actually spent $7 at the thrift store for this, and I did make still $14 on it, and it sold quickly, so not terrible. This is my portable bidet for travel. Found this at a Salvation Army for $4.99, and it just made me smile. It was brand new, and it did sell for $35.16, that sales price. So I made $25.69 on this sale. This one I'm already annoyed with. This is NYDJ jeans. So that's not your daughter's jeans, I think. And it's Woman 2 light gray wash Maryland straight lift tuck stretch denim. Read in the description, title, and the item specifics. It all says size 2. And then I get neutral feedback saying, I thought it was a size 12. It's just annoying. I'm probably not going to fight it because a neutral just doesn't really matter. A couple neutrals, a single negative, those just don't really matter in the long run. So if I get a wild hair, I may reach out to eBay on Facebook just to see if I can get it removed, because they even said in the feedback, thought it was a size 12. It's a size 2. They admitted they were wrong. I do offer buyer paid returns, but I know that they realized it's not worth it because I just took a best offer of $8 on these because I just wanted them out. I try not to get size 2 jeans anymore because they just sit forever. And I have something popping up on the screen. Let's get rid of that. This I just got at an estate sale. It's a UPS worldwide delivery service truck van, stuff plush, honking sound. And this estate sale was crazy. We had to wait in line, I think, for 45 minutes after opening to finally make it in. We were like 50th in line. It was a decent sale. It was definitely a hoarder's house, but it was frustrating because they took so long to let 50 of us in, and then it felt like they let everybody in behind us right away. So the house just became unpassable. It was just absolutely crazy. I got some decent stuff there, but we were there for hours trying to get through, and it was just it was a wild ride. Definitely the most busy estate sale. Well, not the most busy. It's the most busy in a tight packed space I've been to. But I got this there for $2, and it sold for $18.95 incredibly quickly, and I made $13.03. This I also got at that sale. It's Santa's Workbench Sailor with Anchor, and it's from a Christmas Village, and it sold for $9.95. I paid $1 for it at the sale and made $6.32. This I picked. My partner found at an estate sale a few months ago, and I finally have started to list some more of it. It's SC Johnson Paste Wax Long Lasting Shine and Protection, 16 ounce, discontinued, and it sold for a best offer, and I just lost it, of $67.46, and I made $54.55. I do also have a research video on discontinued products, guys, because some discontinued products can just really surprise you, because I know for a fact that people that are buying this are using it, because my partner has kept 6 for himself that he's going to use. So I know for a fact that people are opening it to use it. This is Disney Store exclusive MC Puppy Santa Paws Buddies plush, and this one sold for $50 on a best offer, and I made $40.64 on it. Here are some Stanley Roberts Spectrum navy blue handle stainless teaspoons. This sold for a best offer of $18.50 to a buyer that's already bought 2 other lots of this same pattern from me, and they were happy with them, so they came and bought this lot, and I profited $13.31. Here is something I do not pick up anymore. I will look up Starbucks mugs that are different and interesting, but mugs just aren't my thing. To me, they're not worth it. It's just not worth the time and packing material for most of them to sell for $8, $9. I've definitely sold more. I've sold some for more than that, and I still look at them, but it's not something I'm searching out. I don't want to get a bunch of mugs that sell for $8 to $12. It's not worth it for me, so I do not pick them up unless they're something special. And this I picked up a long time ago. This is a very old picture, and it sold for $9.64 finally, and I made $3.15 on it. Not worth storing for 3 years and going through, I don't know, 4 or 5 moves. And this is Sand Dune Glossy Serving Lot of 7. This is from Oneida as well. And it sold for $13.16, the sale price, and I made $8.73. Sand Dune isn't a super popular or super valuable pattern for Oneida. This is Grateful Dead Bear Irie 7-inch plush, and this one sold for $11.95. And again, I have 4 into every Grateful Dead Bear, so I made $5.08 on this lot. This I just picked up at a thrift store for $1. It's a Dayspring Hallmark Eli Really Woolly Nativity Shepherd Sheep. I picked this up because I've sold these before and recognize them. It sold for best offer of 10 because you know what? Why not? Let's get it out. It sold in a couple days and I made $7.21. This is another item that's been listed for years. I have sold a ton of items recently that have been listed for 2, 3+ years. But it's again because I am sending out offers, taking offers. I'm trying to be active as I can. This is a Pello Pets Pee-wee Fiery Dragon, 11-inch red purple stuffed animal. And this sold for $10.52 and I made $8.93 on it. Probably would not do this again because Pello Pets are large. This wasn't one of the big ones, but I really don't look at Pello Pets much. This is a Nintendo Super Mario Party plush Red Flower Hudson soft toy. This is PD Piranha is the character, and it sold for a best offer of $20. I picked this up at a yard sale for $1, so I was fine with that offer and made $15.76. This was a nice sale. It sold for a best offer of $80, and it came from my sealed media buy. It's Nero Wolf, the complete first and second season, and I made $6.62. And this one, it really feels like I should have made more on that. I might have to double check that because those fees seem a bit outrageous. I'll have to look at that one. This is Bedtime Santa Dakin Dream Dolls PJs Red Striped Nightshirt. This was vintage from the 1960s. It sold for a best offer of $10 because I didn't want to sit on it till next year if I didn't have to, and made $7.22 on it. Here's some hardware. I love picking up hardware. You guys know that. It's American Tack hardware, 1967 double light switch. And it's a floral rose scroll pattern. And this sold for $13.16 on my sale. And I paid about $1 for this, I believe, at a yard sale and made $8.87. A lot of smaller sales, guys, but it adds up. This is a pattern I definitely shouldn't have picked up. It felt so chintzy and cheap, and I've made my money back on it, or I've doubled my money on it with this sale, but it's definitely a pattern that I will not pick up again. It's not well made. This is Rogers Co. Stainless Steel Flatware China. Lovejoy is the pattern, and it's a set of dinner forks that sold for a best offer of $8 because I'm like, you know what? Get it out of here. I don't know if I'll keep this pattern forever if it doesn't sell. This is a Swarovski Crystal 2017 Annual Christmas Snowflake Ornament. And this one sold for full asking of $39.95 very quickly. I got it from that crazy hoarding estate sale, and I made $26.83 on this item. So that is everything I'm sharing for this video. The total profit on this video before we take out the other deductions in the next video is $716.97. So thank you for joining me for this one, and I will see you on the next one.